Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo. It is that time that we have the excitement of talking sports on Sundays. How many days before now? Let me see. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, that'll be when the summer transfers will come to an end. It's been a breezy spending, acquisition, acquiring players, the not very rich, the almost bankrupt, the solidifying. I know what I said about bankrupt, and some people look at me. And then it's a summer sign or a window transfer window that. Sometimes you ask yourself if you have something like this again and again and again and again, because it defies, reasoning in certain aspects. Sometimes you ask yourself, is this the same that be happening and it's also happening now? But we look at the big ones. But then there is no better place to start this show, actually. Of course, we're talking about transfer, than where one of the biggest transfers just went. Even if in his absence, yes, at Anfield, where Liverpool, after being beaten by Manchester United, said, we are Liverpool. we are fighting. We are supposed to be fighting for the title on the yearly, so we can't take 3 matches without getting a victory. And then they went for after 3 matches and they lost the fourth. They said, no, this time something has to happen, something has to give, and it actually gave. Because after 2 draws and a loss, yes, the big W came in, and it came with a record. They equaled the record of the highest margin of a victory in the history of the EPL. A 9-0 demolition of Bournemouth. We'll look at the other 3 and when they happened. So that is part of what we're talking about. But like we said, we'll be talking about the transfer window. It is coming to an end. In England already, the EPL, they've spent over 1.7 billion. Yes, 1.7 billion euros. Formerly the record was 1.4. So we're talking about 300 million above that. And we've not gotten to deadline day. Because, I mean, the craze, yes, the craze of the deadline day is something that, something to behold. A lot of deals will be done on that day. The last 11, 12 hours of the transfer season is that time where everybody will be checking what my club, who is leaving my club, who is coming on, how much is being paid, what deals are being done. But then we are pushing, closer to that. And talking about deadlines, the elections will not take place on the 20th, no. It will take place on the 30th of September. That is for the next president and board of the Nigerian Football Federation. So that is what the NFF have said. And the communication department, they came out with that release to say, okay, we have set up the electoral committee and the appeals committee. Those are the 2 committees that are important. The ones that will, sell the form, screen, and then conduct the election. And the one that will list your grievances if you say, no, it didn't go my way because somebody did something they are not supposed to have done. So those 2 committees are in place. But those that also went to court initially to hold this thing down, why we are now, rushing and not meeting the time, whatever that, they have to suspend us, whatever is in the electoral guidelines in order for them to conduct these elections, and then also ask for a 30-day extension. So those things are what we are saying here, that those guys are saying, even the persons you are putting in these committees, there is something called conflict of interest. So, I mean, we don't know anything about that. Our own is what they bring out, is what we bring to you. And then you look at the facts and ask yourself if what they are saying, if there are a truism. And then who else will now say, you are going to ignore this? There is just one Serena Williams. And the US Open will be starting tomorrow. And Serena will be on her final tournament. Here is a lady who we say arguably is the greatest tennis player, male or female, of all time. You can't take it away from Serena in any way at all. 23 big ones she got. Of course, they said Margaret Court has 24. But then when you look at that Margaret Court 24, you ask yourself, here is Serena with 14 doubles. That is 37 majors. That is what she has. She has 3 doubles Olympic gold medalists. She has a single also an Olympic gold medalist. So if you add all those, we're not talking about the 73 WTA titles that she has won. I tell you, I mean, she is up there. It will be difficult for anyone to replicate that. We say not impossible is nothing, but for Serena Williams, yes, we are going to see that not just every match is going to play, every hit she is going to do, every serve is going to, every return, every drop shot is going to go with the crowds at Flushing Meadows. They are going to see, I tell you, this is cheering. I mean, and I take this to the bank because even all her movements will be recorded. The documentary will come out and we shall look at the final moment. Because when she announced at Montreal that I am stepping, it's difficult to say goodbye. I am transiting. I tell you, Montreal sold out 12,500 fans. It has never been done, male or female. She just announced within 24 hours it was a sellout. Everyone to see the last days of Serena on the court, playing. That is the kind of pull she has on sport. The kind of pull that Tiger Woods had, on golf, bringing people like us to come and love the game of golf. And that is the thing. We in Nigerians were part of that team that Serena pulled over. Not too much good news coming in from Cote d'Ivoire for the Tigers, and that is something else we'll talk if possible, because we qualified for the female, and then the infighting, and then also I don't want to and for loss of word of what the minister did in order to say we are pulling out, giving our slot to Mali. Now the male team is almost impossible because it's difficult for them to qualify for the World Cup, which means Nigerian anthem will not be sung at next year's World Basketball Championship. We won't be there either in person or in music, even after we have qualified. That is the tragedy of that particular decision taken by the Ministry of Sports. And then, what do you do? A lot of things are going on here in Nigeria. Our teams are going to the continent, so we have, how prepared are they? We shall look at that also and see what is going to happen. Of course, we are fans of motorsport here, so we also take that. But let me start with the Catalan. He is in the house. Before we go to join the other Catalan, who will give us the brief. It's the day of the Catalans. And then, there was not be a surprise during this show, but we don't want to bring that out here. Yes, eventually, Jules Koundé was signed.
Yes, good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, it's good to be back again. Yes, Koundé was finally registered.
Okay, registered, yes, because he has already been signed.
He has been signed, yes, so registered. So it just makes me begin to wonder, all the financial experts that were coming online saying that Barca is broke, Barca is this, they won't be able to register players, they need to sell this, to do that. I mean, for crying out loud, they registered their players. I'm most likely going to take La Liga by storm.
No, but I don't understand you. You are saying it makes you wonder what did why didn't they sign them? Why did they register them when they signed them?
See, the thing is, during the course of all this transfer saga for Barcelona,
yes,
people failed to realize that it wasn't just Barca that was having issues registering players. There were quite a number of La Liga teams that could not register players. It's the La Liga thing. So you just have to find a way to go around it, as long as you do it legally and you don't break any rules, and register your players. It's business. Some people have to go, some people will stay, some people will take pay cuts, some people, it's just...
You said some, yes, not all La Liga teams.
No, some La Liga teams.
Those ones that have the same problem that Barcelona had.
You know the funny thing? Yes. There's some teams that couldn't register as much as 6, 7 players. It wasn't just Barcelona. How many times do you hear it happen in the EPL? It's almost unheard of that your players, your clubs are unable to register players. I mean, Ken, you have to look at it now.
If all the teams were not faced with the same problem.
Yes.
So you can't say, even if it's a La Liga team, it's a La Liga team for those clubs that want to, spend more than they earn. Well, so you need to balance your book. You need to before you can. You
need to understand something. You need to remain competitive. Barca need to remain competitive, and in spite of the fact that there were issues financially with the club, we're still able to pull big names to the club, and we're still able to balance our books. I mean, it was about Barcelona. The transfer was all about Barcelona. Calm down now.
Okay. Before we move on, but let us start from somewhere because we are going to look at this in depth. We are going to look at the transfer window in depth when our guests join us. But let us start from England. Yeah. Let us start from the APL and see what happened at the APL yesterday. There was a demolition. There was a vengeance. As always, a vengeance is mine, said Liverpool. And they went out there and vent whatever anger they had.
I want to ask you. You draw your first game.
Yeah.
I think you draw your second game, I saw,
Yes.
and then you lose your third game to Manchester United.
Yeah.
Fierce rivals. I can only begin to imagine what Jurgen Klopp would have told his players,
Yes.
you know, in the dressing room after that game at Manchester United.
Yes.
You know, I was saying, you know the beauty of football these days is the bands that come with it on social media.
Yeah. Oh my God! We'll try and get that. I think maybe after the break, we'll try and get that.
And someone said you need to clear cookies to see where Liverpool is on the EPL table. But I really felt sorry for Bournemouth yesterday. Liverpool, from the very blast of the whistle, they literally dominated that game. 5 goals in the first half, 4 goals in the second half. The funny thing about that match was, how would Liverpool score 9 goals and Mohamed Salah would not score 1?
It won.
That was the only anomaly yesterday, because everybody seemed to be firing on all cylinders, and even Firmino had only been getting starts.
He has not scored that was since 2020.
But, you know, and all of a sudden he comes in, so you could tell that the entire team was fired up. So this is a team that over the course of an entire season, Liverpool might probably just draw maybe 3 or 4 games, and then in 3 games already, they've not picked up maximum points in any of their matches, individual matches. So they had it coming. It was just unfortunate that Bournemouth had to be at the receiving end of it. And we saw neighbours, Southampton, coming out to offer solidarity.
I wish maybe our producer will help us to get that tweet. There is a tweet from Southampton.
From Southampton, yes, the official Twitter handle.
Telling Bournemouth that if you need to be consoled,
yes.
tell us. We'll tell you how. And then there is a story behind this. And if our producer is ready, we should be able to take. Let us see how many times in the history. That is the highest margins of the EPL, that 9 zeros have been scored. So you will understand where Southampton is coming from in this. If we can take that, you'll see it. Because it's like, okay, here you can take that.
All right, so that was March 4th, 1995. Manchester United is PDF switched by 9 goals to 0. And then this was in 2019. I think I saw this game against Leicester City at home. Somehow Southampton got pummeled. You know, I think Jamie Vardy was the man of the match in that one. And then 2 seasons later, that was in February 2021. Southampton again 9 goals to 0 against Manchester United. So when it comes to considering 9 goals, it's like familiar waters, they swim, you know. So when it happened yesterday, they reached out to Bournemouth, just obviously it's a bant, but on the official Twitter handle telling them, we know how this feels. We can console you, you know. Like, is this you? Is this you? It was really, really funny, you know. But then again, like I said, Liverpool, they were bound to get a very, very massive win. They needed to make a statement, and of course they did it in an emphatic fashion against an unfortunate Bournemouth yesterday. But that's your club letting the whole of the Premier League know that, see, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. I'm going to contend for
Somebody said the crisis. What crisis?
Well, exactly what crisis are we talking about?
Okay. Yeah. I'm being told that we can now talk transfers now, if possible. We can go to Germany to start talking transfers. Omar is around. He let us understand what happened to Bayern yesterday. Hello, Omar. Omar, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon. Thank you.
We're not hearing you. You are hearing us. We're not hearing you.
Oh, really?
Go on.
Can you hear me?
Let's see. Okay, probably is in the studio. Let's see if we can get that corrected.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Go on, Omar.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, you are clear.
Channel Sports Sunday. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay. Let's start where we say let us hit the nail on the head. Is there going to be a swap for Osimhen to go to Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo to move over to the to Napoli? Fabrizio says this. They say, okay, something must be happening. That is what we are hearing.
Yes.
But you are somebody who is. I mean, there is anybody close to Osimhen who should know. Then Omar should know. Omar, is there going to be that swap?
Thank you very much for this question. I can tell you that will not happen. This is just an idea of Jorge Mendes, and there's nothing official yet. I spoke to Victor. Immediately that news broke, I tried emphatically to reach Victor, or frantically, I beg your pardon, to reach Victor. Luckily, I got him after training, and he said to me, he hasn't heard anything about it. And then he called his manager immediately to ask him, are you speaking to anyone about a swap between myself, Manchester United, and Ronaldo? And then the agent went online to tweet that there's nothing like that happening because he had to save his job because the boy was angry. Because how can people be talking about a swap between me, Ronaldo, and United, and I don't know about it? So are you speaking with some persons behind my back? So there's nothing like that even going on. Spalletti has said the same thing, that it is very unlikely that they can even ask the president of Napoli. And even Fabrizio Romano, I mean, without being too boastful, on the Victor Osimhen matter, Fabrizio Romano consults me. So if you want to know anything exclusive on Osimhen's transfer, this is where you should come to. So thank you, Uncle Ken.
Because I was just thinking about it. Here is Osimhen pushing his team to qualify for the Champions League, and then
exactly.
and then because Ronaldo wants to play Champions League, then Osimhen has to be the sacrificial lamb
and leave the Champions League that he has been dreaming of playing for so many, months. Victor's only focus now is to play in the Champions League. Okay. He loves the Champions League, and for a player of his quality, he has to keep playing in the Champions League. Victor is Nigeria's most valuable footballer. I'm talking about transfer market rating. Yeah. No Nigerian footballer is valued at 80 million euros. How much more 100? Victor is that player. And to maintain that market value, he has to play at the very top. And that top is the Champions League. They are in the same group with Liverpool, Ajax, and Rangers. Victor is already looking forward to the first game on the 6th of this month. So Victor is not even thinking in his head about going to Manchester United. He's not excited about all of these rumors. He's focused on doing well for Napoli in the Champions League. Of course, he knows that he will eventually leave the club because he's a player that is on the rise. He's a player that is much talked about. And there's been links between him and several clubs. And like they say, in every rumor, there's an element of truth, which means that Victor will continue to attract interest from other clubs. And if he keeps doing well, like we hope that he does this season, there will be much more talks in the winter and, of course, maybe next season.
Okay, but let me ask you this, Omar. If they show him the money, if they show and show Napoli the money,
yes.
Yes. Yeah, they can talk. I think talking might.
No, I agree. See, football is all about money. Napoli is a selling club. We know that. Yes. If you look at the history of Napoli, they've groomed players and sold them for big money. Cavani, Higuain. Please help me if I forget any name. Cavani, Higuain. These are two of the. A lot of players have passed through Napoli, and Victor will not be an exception. We're talking about Manchester United here. But as we speak, there's nothing serious or official. But if it gets to that point, of course, I agree that it will be difficult. Yes. Because Aurelio De Laurentiis is putting 100 million price tag on Victor. And if Manchester United can meet that amount, why not? They spent about 70 million. Selling him for 100 would be fantastic business. And at that point in time, it will no longer be in Victor's position to decide because Napoli owns his contract. They can sell him if they want. But as we speak, there's nothing official. Nothing is really going on.
Okay. But before that, I think you've cleared that. Like you said, if anybody wants to know anything about Victor, even those who are the authorities, they should come to Omar.
They come to me. I mean, it's not good to share screenshots, but I could have shared the screenshot between me and Fabrizio. We talk regularly on Twitter. Okay. On Victor, he comes to me.
Okay, so we are with the oracle now, not the oracle that hears from the oracle. Okay, all right. Now, before we go on we'll still come back to the transfer of Nigerian players and the big ones. You just mentioned the Champions League. So probably I want us to take the Champions League. You said in Napoli they are with Liverpool. They are with they are with Rangers.
Ajax.
And Ajax. I mean, that is a tough thing. But if it is possible, let us see if we can just look at the draws, and then we'll come back to Omar. Okay. All right. While we're trying to get that, we can look at how the draws panned out. Omar is still there. you are here. You had Omar.
Yeah.
Omar is saying for now.
Well, Ken,
I want to ask you that question.
Okay, go on.
I want to ask you a question to join that. What is it? The rivalry of Messi and Ronaldo that is making Ronaldo said, "I want to," because he has won. Ronaldo has won everything in Champions League.
With this, Ken,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, Casemiro was asked, "Would you? You're not going to be playing in the Champions League. How do you feel about that?" And his response is, "I've won 5.
Yeah.
I'm okay because I moved to Manchester United, who will not be playing in the Champions League." Yeah. But now you look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He's literally known as Mr. Champions League. He's won 5 trophies. I think amongst some of the, I don't think anybody has won more than 5 Champions League trophies as an individual.
Yeah.
Maybe yes, Modric, Kroos, Benzema, quite a number of other players. Probably close. But Ronaldo is Mr. Champions League. He's won 5. He's the highest goal scorer in the competition. He's the highest goal scorer in knockout stages. Probably I think the highest goal scorer in even group stages as well. Like Ronaldo has literally dominated this competition since the beginning of his career. Ronaldo is synonymous with the Champions League. But now, for the first time in almost forever, he will not be playing in the Champions League. Ken, it's, you know, and then there's certainly Lionel Messi, whom a lot of people would want to call the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time. Ronaldo would have been the greatest player outrightly, if not for Messi being on the scene. So now Messi will still be playing in the Champions League. Messi can, well, realistically, still catch up with Cristiano Ronaldo's goal haul in the Champions League, and Ronaldo will not be playing in the Champions League. And we all know he's a very proud person. I really cannot believe the young man.
Let's see if we can see the draws. Let's see if we can see the Champions League draws. Okay. I'm being told we should go on a break. When we come back, then we shall show you that, and Omar will pick it up from there. Stay with us. All right, you're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and I tell you, we've been looking at what are the starting of the Champions League before we went on break. Omar is right there with us in Germany. He has said, as we speak now, as at this moment, Osimhen is not moving to Manchester United, and Cristiano Ronaldo moving the other way to Napoli in order to play Champions League football. But he also said that, yes, Napoli is a selling club. We still have 3 more days to go. And then where money speaks, who don't know what is going to happen. When we do open the lines, we'll ask you if you want Osimhen to move to Manchester United. That will be part of the things we'll be asking you today. But before we go back to meet Omar, Okpe has just joined us in the house. Okpe, how are you?
Thanks, Ken, for having me. And I think the most sensible thing is for CR7 to continue playing the likes of Omonia, Sheriff, and the likes in Europa League.
But they also say maybe he might go to Sporting Lisbon.
No, he wants to retire in Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
But I don't think the man is eyeing retirement yet. I saw Ibrahimovic yesterday. He was still eager to come despite his injury, motivating the team from the sideline. So CR7 is not eyeing retirement yet.
He's not eyeing retirement yet.
He can't even eye retirement, Ken. You see the gap between here and Lionel Messi in the Champions League. Ronaldo had 125 goals. 41 goals. 41 goals. Yes. Lionel Messi has 125 goals. So yeah, I think about 15 or 16 goals.
16 goals.
Yeah, that's the margin. And if Neymar and Mbappe decide to do what we know they can do in the group stages, Messi can score 10 goals in the group stages alone. Cristiano Ronaldo is not that kind of player that will want you to topple him. He believes he's the best. And for that, he has to play where the best is playing. And that's in the UEFA Champions League. It's the Champions League or nothing for him. So I really cannot blame him for wanting to move.
And unfortunately for him, you still have his starting Paco Gento, who has 6 Champions League.
Okay.
So you have so many players on 5. Maldini, 5. Yeah. Bale, 5. So he's not the standout player when it comes to the title itself, because he's still 1 title behind Paco Gento.
Yes.
You have a whole lot of players on 5. So the only thing he can lay claim to now is
the highest goal scorer
and the assist.
Okay. It's Omar ready. So now we can take on the other one. If Omar ready, let us. If not, let's continue the discussion right there in the studio. He also said there are some, Nigerian players who are playing in the Champions League this season. About five of them. Yeah. About 5 Nigerian players. Of course, we're talking about Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, not the most prominent one at Napoli. Well, I'd be just bewildering, because How will Osimhen qualify Napoli for the Champions League and we want to move to Manchester United to go and play in the Europa?
Casemiro is a defending champion.
That is for you guys. To me, Osimhen left Nigeria to go and play football and make money.
Make money, yeah.
So you see Brazilian players who will live there, they will go to Shakhtar Donetsk, they will go to every part of the world to go and play football. It's a professional footballer.
Whilst that is true, and I agree, but Omar made reference to something. He said, Napoli being a selling club, we all know that, but Osimhen is on the rise, and his stock will only keep on getting higher and higher and higher as long as he continues to perform at the level at which he's performing at right now. So one thing is certain, whatever he's going to earn now, pretty sure he will earn, if not triple that, because at the rate at which this young man is playing, he's even one of the hottest prospects in Europe. So I think they should still keep him for now and let him go to Manchester United and even negotiate from a point of strength. 100 million years they will pay Napoli, and they're probably his salary, you know. That's what I'm talking about.
Of course, because
but not let Ronaldo remain at Manchester United.
Aside from the commercial value, I think Osimhen should go to a club on the rise. Not Man U is not
a club on the decline, or a club that is still wobbling and finding their feet.
The thing is about clubs on the rise and clubs on decline is that if you look at Newcastle 2 years ago, they were on the decline. But with money, you understand? If you have the money to buy. It is no. I have not seen any big club with money that has been on decline. Name one.
Ken.
Name one.
No, you had a Villarreal. They had that quick money. It was the fast money, and after 3 seasons,
but here is a United that has talk. You see,
United they've been buying, but they've been spending.
But they've not just
been buying the wrong.
They've not just seem to get it right.
All right, let's Omar want to partner. Where is Omar? Omar.
This is a very interesting conversation, and I like the divergent opinion that you all have shared. But I want to sign on with sorry, forgive me, I don't know his name, but the guy on braids. I agree with him completely. I agree with him completely.
Of course, it's a Catalan like you, so you guys you think alike.
Okay, sorry to say, Casemiro has won 5 Champions League titles, right? Yeah. And he's won the titles, 5 Champions League titles. He could drop down to go to Manchester United to earn more money. Not like he wasn't earning good money at Real Madrid, but perhaps he wanted something new. He wanted to play in a different league. And for Manchester United, it's almost like a dream come true for a lot of players to wear that Manchester United jersey. Forget what is going on at United right now. United is still a major football club around the world. But Victor is in a different trajectory, I beg your pardon. Like Ken said, Victor is on the rise. For him to continue to rise, for his stock to continue to rise, he has to play at the very top. And that is where his value will be maintained. Champions League is the biggest club tournament in the world. Victor has played just once. This is his second Champions League in his glowing career. Yeah. Nigeria is not going to the World Cup. The next big tournament after the World Cup is the Champions League. So it wouldn't make any sense for Victor to leave Napoli right now and go to... I had a 1-hour conversation with him. And I said the same thing to him. I said, Victor, your value is on the rise. For that value to keep rising, you have to stay and play in the Champions League. Don't even think about United. Let's imagine it was true. Don't even think about it. Of course, United is a big club. It's a dream football club. But hey, guys, it's not like Victor is not earning a lot. Victor earns so much. Victor is on close to 4 million euros per annum. I don't think for a 23-year-old boy, anything can be attractive anymore. 4 million. There are so many Nigerian companies that don't earn 4 million per annum. I mean, corporate organizations. So it's fine. So all he needs to do is to play at the very top. And when the time comes, he might even move to a club better than Manchester United,
Barcelona,
and in a better standing than Manchester United. Perhaps Barcelona, who knows? Although Barcelona also in crisis.
Yes, Omar. Of course, we agree that Victor Osimhen PLC now is bigger than a lot of clubs here. But when you come in and start saying perhaps going to Barcelona, that is our next talk here. That's our next talk here. I mean, how he has tried all he can to convince me before you came on air on how a supposedly almost bankrupt club is able to just be able to register Juice Kunde. Juice couldn't register last week. He has just been registered. What can you do? You have any insight on the financial crisis at Barcelona, because they have a crisis? We can't dodge that.
Yes, of course. Yeah, first thing first, let me go to where you guys started from. I like what you said about balancing the book, what he also said about the La Liga. Yes, it's more or less a La Liga problem. And that is what has put Barcelona in this tight corner of not being able to register a lot of players. Because the La Liga preaches the policy or philosophy of not spending more than you earn, which is fantastic. Because the La Liga clubs, most of them, or not most of them, the big clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, are like nations. They are not like a business concern like you have in England, Chelsea, Manchester United, and the likes. Barcelona is like a country where people are elected to be president, and the president is being asked by a waiter in a restaurant, by a guy on the lift, why are they not buying this player? Why are they not buying that player? And then they start to spend money that they don't have. All of these are some of the reasons that have led the club into this conundrum. You know, and now talking about even Almeria, the reason Sadiq Umar is still at Almeria is that they've not been able to register 6 players, and they want to sell Sadiq Umar to Villarreal in order to be able to register 6 players. This is Almeria, a small club who have just gotten promoted to the La Liga. So it's a complicated situation in Spain in general. Now, talking about how Barca have been able to navigate through the transfer window with all of the crises, that is a confirmation of how much Barca is much more than a club. Because it's like a mystery how they've been able to sign players and not just sign, attract
the best
level players.
Yes.
Exactly. Lewandowski practically told Bayern, I will not play if you don't let me go to Barcelona. This is one of the most prolific strikers in the world. As a number 9, I don't think there's any number 9 better than Robert Lewandowski. He told his club, his former club, that he wanted to go nowhere else other than Barcelona. So this is the power this club has. We're talking about one of the most powerful clubs in the world, the club with the highest number of trophies in total all over the world. So we're talking about a great club, a club that have produced the highest number of Ballon d'Or winners, a club that have seen players like Messi, Ronaldo.
Omar, it's okay. I think it was a crisis we're talking about here. But now you're moving into glorification.
I'm being a typical Nigerian politician.
Okay, let us round up this. You've seen the Champions League groups. Which one? They said that there is a group of death. This group with Napoli, Rangers, Ajax, and Liverpool is a very tough group. When you have Ajax, I know that Ajax is a selling club, but it's a mystery how they also be able to, they have a good scouting system. They are bringing players to come in. Napoli is right there on the rise. Liverpool and Rangers, you cannot take away that England, British rivalry that is going to be there. But what is your pick of the groups? Where anyone be bigger than Group C?
None. The other group close to Group C is Group H, where you have PSG and Juventus. They've never faced each other in any competitive game, in a Champions League game, at least not one that I remember. So this will look very interesting. PSG, they have a point to prove. Last season was a disaster. I mean, when you look at the quality of players that they are under pressure, especially not being able to win the Champions League, and having Lionel Messi, in the team puts them under more pressure. Because anywhere Messi goes, if he loses a game, the world turns upside down.
Headline,
and that is a huge pressure on his shoulder and that of the club. There's Mbappe, there's Neymar. These 3 guys have to prove to the world that they are not just big names, that they can deliver on the pitch. Group C is the pick of the bunch. That is a very interesting group. Barca, Inter, Bayern, a very tight one, difficult to call, but of course, Bayern are clear favorites in this group. Inter, Barcelona will have to fight for the second spot. To Victoria Pilsen, they've got no chance. I don't believe in underdogs. I believe in superpowers in football, and I don't think that Victoria Pilsen will create any upset in this group. For the group where you have Napoli Football Club, I think that Ajax are too young to compete at this point in time. They've lost a couple of players. They might still lose Anthony, nobody knows. And of course, they will regroup. But I think that they need some time again to be able to build solidity to compete at this level against teams like Ajax and Liverpool. I'm not mentioning Rangers because I think that they might be the last, in this group. So Group A, interesting for me. Group C, absolutely interesting, humongous group. And of course, Group H, where you have PSG. For Real Madrid, a very soft landing, fantastic group for them. They are going to breeze past that group. No disrespect to the other team. For Manchester City as well, they have a nice group, except that they have Borussia Dortmund. Haaland will be coming back to the Yellow Wall at the Signal Iduna Park. But Dortmund themselves haven't been very consistent. So City, as usual, they go through the group stages easily. They find their difficulties in the business end of the tournament. But like I said, City have a good one. Real Madrid have a good one. Chelsea, AC Milan is the team to worry about in that group. AC Milan are looking very good as well. But Chelsea will do enough to qualify. I think all the English teams will make it to the next round. Tottenham as well. I think they will make it to the next round.
All right, thank you very much, Omar. It's always a pleasure having you on Sunday to talk.
Thank you. Before I go, I wanted to just say something about Ronaldo. Okay. I'm a Messi fan, but I have so much respect for Ronaldo because he always wants to be at the very top, at the very best. I think that people are reducing Ronaldo's urge to play in the Champions League to his rivalry with Messi. I think it is beyond that.
Beyond that, okay.
Ronaldo wants to play in the Champions League because he believes that he can always be at the very best level. And the Champions League is the highest level of European club football. And that is where Ronaldo always wants to play. He always wants to keep proving that even at 37, he can still score at the highest level. We saw what he did for Manchester United last season. I'm sure a lot of people are surprised hearing me talk positively about Ronaldo. But that is the truth. Ronaldo is a champion, he's a fighter, he's a winner, is highly competitive. I think that's what is motivating his decision to leave United. It is just, I think it's beyond Messi.
Okay. Let's just hope so. But I hope he remains there. He took that to the Europa League. Let him bring them back to Champions League, then he can leave. All right, thank you, Omar.
Thank you for having me. And regards to Okpe and my friend in the studio.
All right, too.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right, we are back here, and then we also want to open the lines almost immediately. We want you guys to join us at home. I know you guys are itching to join the conversation. Should Osimhen move this way or the other way? Some of you, I know also you expect us to talk about the politics in Nigerian football. We promise you this, starting from next week, we shall bring in the major gladiators, those who want to say, it is I am qualified to be the president of the NFF. We'll bring a few of them, starting from next week, and then you ask them the questions, and then we ask them the questions, and from the answer, you can also chip in and ask them what you feel. So the lines will be open. Baby, let's just go straight to tennis. Serena Williams.
Yes, so far, so good. It's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. Serena inspired a whole generation.
Yes.
You have people who said, oh, because of Serena, our kids are actually playing tennis. So as for me and my household, I think Serena is someone who has actually inspired myself and my kids. So it's a different ballgame hearing about Margaret Court, getting 24. A sneak about Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf, and Kubot. Actually seeing with the sister, I think it's more like a cast, a Siamese set when it started, but later on it became a Serena Williams show. So the tennis world is actually richer with a Serena Williams. I mean, it's something, and someone is the brand that we can all see, feel, and actually touch.
It's a brand who can feel, touch, a brand that has inspired and continue to inspire. And that is what they're talking about it. She's going to play the doubles with her sister.
Yes.
40-year-old, 42-year-old.
Yes.
82 years 82 years on the court between both of them. But there is a team that has won 14 Grand Slam majors among themselves, and also 3 Olympic gold doubles. I mean, where else? I mean, this is a golden team.
Well, Ken, it is actually a golden team. Actually, they'll be pairing up for the first time in 4 years.
Yes.
You know, and this is going to be Serena's last tournament. I think anybody that will be coming up against them should still be a matter of chills. You know, coming up against the greats. I'm pretty sure whoever will be coming up against them would have been inspired, just like Okpe said, inspired to play tennis because they watched the Williams sisters play tennis. Then you're looking at Serena, and you just feel, well, it's the end of an era. It's the end of an era. Serena, I think she has 7 Australian Opens, 6 US Opens, I think 6 Wimbledons, making her the only player, male or female, to have won at least 6 or more of those major tournaments, and it just shows you how far she has come. Serena, longevity-wise, she was number 1. I think became world number 1 for the first time, I think in 1999, and again 2017, again became world number 1. Like, she has been consistent. Even with her pregnancy, she went on to win a Grand Slam. So again, I started watching tennis because of Serena Williams. I literally started watching tennis because of Serena Williams. So yeah, that's how young I am. But she's most likely, unlikely going to top Margaret Court's record. I've been starting. That's what that's 24, most unlikely. But with what she has achieved, Ken, I think, like you said, she is equal. Even
Margaret Court didn't win 3 Olympic gold.
No, she didn't.
In fact, 4 Olympic gold medals. She has a single and 3 doubles.
Yeah, 3 doubles. Yeah.
And Margaret Court didn't win, 14 double majors.
Up until I think she lost. I think that was in the 2016 Olympics, and in Rio, she had never lost an Olympic game. So that's showing you how emphatic.
Let's take a.
Okay, Chuku.
Hello, Chuks. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My
Go on.
So this is about our brother Victor Osimhen.
Hey, talk about Osimhen.
My contribution to
your line is faint.
It should be totally avoided. Yes, you should avoid that move. You should not even make that move. You should not try it at all. As for Ronaldo and Messi, when you agree to the nature, so they should drop the young ones to arise.
Okay, Chuku.
Ronaldo and Messi should be fighting so that the young one can come up.
Okay, thank you, okay, Chuku. He said they should not dream about it. All right, we are going on a very short break again. And when we come back, the lines will be open, and you guys will just, it will be your turn to have your say. Stay with us. Okay, you're welcome back. We are now in the last leg of the show. And then, who else? Our face right there. Hello, how are you?
Oh, fine. Thank you very much. I so appreciate you people there for clearance of Osimhen. And I so appreciate to the extent that even Osimhen want to play Champions League. This is the second Champions League that we play. And to prove to the world that. And secondly, is about this NFF issue. Allow another people to join them, not only 44, those people they are normally vote.
Yeah.
That is what I want to know. Please, I want to know. Thank you.
Okay, no problem, because like you said, they've ruled that out. I think we can have that from the NFF Communications Department. They said they've already put in place the electoral committee and also the appeals committee, and then adhering towards the road. They call it the road to 30th of September. But like you said, even there was a statement from the president. I said, look, expand the house, let it be all inclusive, and then. Those who went to court and they were appealed to remove that case from court before they held the AGA. I don't know if they will also go back because they did it, that case is still there. That case is not off. It says like the main thing have not been heard. So they can still go back to court and said, they asked us to do this and it has not been done. And then the president, look, So, I know there was a time that in Egypt, the Egyptian FA president was asked by the government to move. Yeah. When FIFA wanted to threaten, the president left and said, you can't take because of me, you know, to ban my country. No. But why here in this country, people say FIFA will ban us, and you want FIFA because of your personal ambition?
Exactly, that was what President Buhari was saying.
Yes.
When they were giving the roadmap. He said, look, this is a sovereign country. You can't go before the parliament of the people with the Sobe Nigerian Football Association to collect money. You defend your budget. And I said the same parliament cannot perform the oversight function on you. It does not happen anywhere. Even FIFA is subject to Swiss laws.
Of course.
So President Buhari made it very clear. It made it very clear that, look, nobody is bigger than the government. Moreover, when you collect money from the appropriation act, that it becomes the bill that becomes the act. So you cannot appropriate and reprobate. You collect money from government, you must be answerable. So the same government. Yes.
It is something that is on time. Every time, that was how we were getting letters from Jerome Valke. And here the same Jerome Valke who threatened to ban Nigeria. The court have now said the man is unreliable. I mean, he's you know, and say, you know, you understand?
Yeah. So even in FIFA there was in-house cleaning, so cleansing. So there is no President Buhari made it clear, and that is, I believe, that is the biggest voice in Nigeria today, and I think that should be.
Let us, if we want to expand, look at it. I think I was discussing with some of a group of colleagues, you know, some 24 hours ago, and I found out that the Spanish FA. It is 139 members that vote. 139 members that vote. You understand?
So you have to get everybody involved.
And we collapsed it. There was a time that the Premier League itself will have 20 votes. They had that votes. But in order to stifle them, so that this would have come into powerful, they decided who was going to be that. That's when they said, okay, they should have one vote. And then left the 37 for the state FAs. So if it is not equitable, if it's not all inclusive, if all the voices are not being heard, so why not do that?
But I believe it's something, the restructuring is something that will happen after this election. As we said, for now, because of the time frame, it will be too cumbersome and very untidy if we want to have that in place now. But after this election, we'll have
I agree with you for the time being. If they can shift it for 10 days, why can't they shift? The same reason you can use to shift for 3 months. You understand? Let these people who are there vacate. Have an interim, like a caretaker committee in place who will now midwife, you know, the new statute, and then and then conduct the elections. I mean, what is that? If you want to shift, if you can shift for a day, you can shift for a week. If you can shift for a week, you can shift for a month. If you can shift for a month, so that is the issue. All right. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Are we on to Chief Shagun, sir?
Yes, this line has been ringing me. I'm on another phone. Yeah, but...
we are calling you from Channel Sport on Sunday, and we want to do something for you, sir. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Big Shek. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I thank you all so very, very much. You people are just making me look. This is all surreal. I can't even believe what's going on. What has been going on?
It deserves it.
You deserve more than this for all you've done for our country.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all. Please give my best regards to John Momo and Austin, Ikunafa, and everybody else who is there in your team. Thank you. I'm really, really grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Although you make me feel old now.
Please go at the 70. God has kept you. That means you are a good man.
70 is old. I couldn't wrap my head around 70. When did I become 70? You know how it happened though? It just crept up on me, silently, quietly, you know. Now wow.
Before we leave you, sir, Your wish for Nigerian football and Nigerian sports.
Well, that all will be well. That, because the opportunities for our young boys and girls is legion. This is virgin territory where we can do so much. The children of this country, young boys and girls, can benefit so much from the huge industry, the global football industry, in fact, generally the global sports industry. But there's no peace. Where you don't have peace, you cannot have development. But to have peace, you have to have equity and justice. And things have to be done orderly. Now we have so much Jankara organization in our sports. It is not helping us. We must face the reality and do things correctly. And our youth will benefit tremendously from sports. That's my message.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day, too. That is the mathematical himself. He turned 70 yesterday, and then we say, look, how do we do that? And then let us just wish him for what he has done. He was part of the team that won the first continental trophy for Nigeria. That is ICC Shooting Stars in 1976 when they won the Cup Winners' Cup. They part of the team that won the first AFCON for Nigeria in 1980. So he is a pace setter at club level, at national level, even into broadcast journalism. He is there. He has what he started on television, how he was trying to reach out to families of past footballers, inspired a lot of us to do what we are doing today. And then the little we could do is to just wish him a happy birthday and pray that God keeps him there. He's been aspiring to lead in football and contribute his quota. But in his personal capacity, he's been doing just that. We on Channel Sport on Sunday, my crew and I and everybody here, we wish you a very, very happy 70th birthday. 70, wow, that's wonderful.
And Ken, just to add, the big 7 at 70. It's also good to state this for posterity's sake. It midwife our very first Olympic gold medal.
Exactly.
You can't take it on.
Yes, it's a story. It's a story. I've told this story here sometimes. Okay, let us just hold on. We have a caller right there. But let me just say this. Sometime in 1996, myself, Deep Rated Bowie, and a few of us went to see Shegun Dibami at his Owe Crescent there in Yaba. And then while we were, after discussing with him, we were out. And at the bus stop, we were not hailing Shegun, and we were talking about Choma Ajunwa. He said Choma Ajunwa is going to surprise Nigeria. Choma Ajunwa has been banned, before then, but then he took Choma Ajunwa. He said Choma Ajunwa is with my wife right now in the UK, where she's training, and she is going to become a wonder. We woke up one morning. I don't think 1% of Nigerians were awake when Choma Ajunwa won that gold medal in 1996. We went to sleep, and when we woke up with the cheering news that we have a gold medal. All right, then, who is on the line there?
Beatrice from Lokoja.
Beatrice, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Beatrice.
Yes. I appreciate you guys for the wonderful work you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, then I wish to comment on the issue of Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. I want to throw the line of Omar. In as much as he's a young player, believing to play to make money, but he still has age on his side. Yeah, so I'm in disagreement with anything that will make him consider Man U for now. At his age, he has time to play at the Champions League and be exposed to bigger clubs.
Beatrice, but what if he goes to Man United and score 30 goals in United? Would that not blow his season in the EPL? Nobody's seen him.
No. As a Nigerian, I don't advise him to do that.
Okay.
I don't advise him to do that. Then, summarily, I want to comment on the NFL elections.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to make an appeal to Amadou Pinnick to just do everything within his reach to make sure there's no any crisis of succession, because he has enjoyed the tenure, and now that his tenure is coming to an end, anything within his reach that he can do to make sure there's a smooth transmission from him to whoever wins, because the crisis in have not always helped our football development in Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you, Beatrice.
Yeah, thank you very,
very
much.
much.
Yeah, do have a nice day. Yeah, thank you.
I love
Exactly.
that. I mean, you've been there for 8 years.
Yes.
Whatever there was crisis when you came in, and then it stabilized. I mean, one of the greatest legacy you can leave is to leave a house. You know,
a happy house.
And
a peaceful house.
Foundation.
Exactly.
In fact, you should have taken as this. I want to as a mission to say, whatever crisis I went through.
When I came, I think he has enjoyed working with almost everybody has worked with him. It's been relatively smooth. So like the caller Beatrice rightly puts it, I just hope that it will be a smooth transition and he should leave the house even more peaceful than he met it. I think that would be.
Which of the American presidents, Frederick Delano Roosevelt, that did about 4 terms or so, that from 29 to the wars, and then he was so sick. But before he left, he was the one that said, from now there should be 2 terms. You understand? So you leave a legacy that is enduring. That is
I think for him, the good things he has done is only when you have a worthy successor. That is when they can build up. You talk about we've never had it so good with friendlies, grade A friendlies.
Yes.
This board, I think they gave it to us. We have to give it to them. The marketing aspect. The funds we generated, how we spend is something different. Generating those funds, I think we can't take it from the Amadou letting. So if you need people to bid on this and other things you've not done, you need a very solid squad. And this joy of every leader is in your successor.
It's in your successor. The joy of a leader is in your successor. That you look at your hair and then so you find it taken off from where I start. You become the father. That's who is the father? You go to Malaysia, you go to the father, you know, you go to now Mandela is the father of South Africa. So you say, who is the father? It's because you laid. It is not about yourself again. You're looking beyond yourself. And so, okay, fine. The succeed, those who are coming after me, you know, won't have to go through what we went through. That is why the fathers struggle to make sure that children live a life of comfort, have a better way, than what they met on ground. So that's the thing. I mean, we were bringing them down here. Those who are part, those who are from outside, those who are from inside. We will ask them questions now. You trust us here. We ask them those right questions and hope. I know we're a bit short of time, but I just want us to look at to take this briefly. The under-20 women championship will be between Spain and Japan for the second time.
Back to back.
Back to back. Why am I saying this? Because our female team, our female football, go back to the 90s and doing.
We started early.
Was a force to be reckoned with. Yes. We have been to the World Cup from 1991, but Japan, without whatever it is, because of administrative efficiency, Japan has gone on to win the World Cup in 2015.
They won after the hurricane after the earthquake.
They won, yes. When the Germans hosted in 2015, they won it in Germany, beating the USA in the final.
Under 20, they've done it.
Went to the Olympics and played to the final. You understand? So you see the Japanese team that has won not just in the junior but at the senior level. You understand? So if we just say participation, we are still seeing ourselves as participating.
That's the trophy.
That is the trophy for us. Japan went to Germany to beat USA
to
win the World Cup. What are the superpowers in the World Cup? So why can't we do it?
Aside from the total quality concept from the boardroom side, what I've seen again, what I saw during this tournament, and what I'm seeing in football now, the attitude of trying to play from the back is causing. Incidentally, yesterday was Iguita's birthday, so people should. If you don't have the talent, don't bother.
I saw your tweet.
It's simple. Nothing good. Nothing good. Things that are good don't happen by mistake. You have to plan. You have to be intentional. If not, we'll just go there and just keep participating, Ken.
Okay. Ope says yesterday was Iguita's birthday. We saw Chelsea to play from the back. Another thing trying to play from the back. Please start playing from the front. If you are uncomfortable playing from the back, I cannot go. But drop the pen. They have a very blessed Sunday.